evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to the first pilot session for the Ghana On Air e-Town Hall project. Today, Mr. Philbert Johnson, Director of the Diaspora Affairs Bureau of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, shall be our main speaker. Mr. Johnson will be speaking on the topic involving the Ghanaian diaspora in Ghana's development. After his presentation, Mr. Johnson shall answer any question on what he presented. Mr. Johnson, I now hand over to him to do his presentation. Welcome, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you very much, Atubeden. Just to say that in 2013, we established a Diaspora Affairs unit in the Foreign Ministry. And in 2014, 1st February to be precise, the Bureau was established with capacity to engage Ghanaians abroad and peoples of African descent. There's a basic principle behind this establishment: to have effective engagement with all Ghanaians, particularly those abroad, for national development. And there's a very important reason behind this, because we consider the country's human resource as the most important asset of this nation that would move our country forward.
Good.
And for that reason, we feel that to optimize gains in our efforts for national development, Ghanaians abroad should be part of that enterprise. We also believe that national development is a collective and inclusive enterprise that should involve almost all Ghanaians. And so this is the whole idea. But in deciding those who should participate in this kind of interaction, and I believe constructive engagement, we looked carefully at our history. And we realized that throughout the years, we have also dealt with peoples of African descent, those who believe that Ghana is a homeland and they have some contributions to make. Looking back at history also, we realized that the founder, one of the founders, and the one that we look up to when we talk about the founding of this country, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, lived and studied in the United States of America for a considerable length of time, about 12 years. And even in the US, he was involved in efforts to emancipate the black man. And so people in Ghana, in fact, to be precise, the Gold Coast, in fact, our own forebears went in search of him, brought him back to lead the struggle for independence, and which brought about the establishment of a new country, Ghana. After that, Kwame Nkrumah used the Ghanaian diaspora and peoples of African descent to build our nation, you know, to give us the human resource that we needed for the building of the new nation. And since then, each and every government has emphasized the need for harnessing the human resource of this country for national development. And from the Accelerated Development Plan to the GRS, Ghana Poverty Reduction Strategy 1 and 2, and Ghana Shared Growth and Development Agenda, we've seen a strong emphasis on human resource. Indeed, this is valid, because a nation could be rich, it could have all the resources that you need to develop, but without the human resource of the country being applied to the use of the resources, the country would not develop. Ghanaians living abroad have a special role to play. They could be found in every part of the world. They have seen best practices. Some of them are doing things for the advancement of the countries that they reside in. And some of them are the best brains. If we add the expertise, the knowledge and skills that they have to national development, if we deploy such skills to national development, we'll be optimizing efforts to develop this country. And so this is the reason why diasporan engagement is necessary. And we have some objectives in this kind of engagement. The main objective is to enhance the capacity of Ghanaians abroad for effective participation in national development. And how do we seek to enhance their capacity? To provide them with information on social and economic development initiatives of government, the government policies, plans, and programs, so that they would take informed decisions on which of these programs, plans to intervene in. We also intend to help them have objective understanding of the development challenges at home, as well as link them up to MDAs, particularly sectors that are yearning for private participation, as well as to become a true advocate of the Ghanaian diaspora. And so these are some of the objectives we seek to achieve. We also envisage a strategy for this engagement, together with all stakeholders, MDAs, civil society organizations in Ghana and NGOs, as well as Ghanaian associations abroad and individuals, to define engagement goals, to map diaspora, where they are, what particular interests they have, their skills, so that we plow these skills into national development. Another very critical strategy is to forge a relationship of trust and confidence, beginning from our missions abroad, turning them into development centers and not fortresses, as well as to mobilize them for sustainable development in areas of health, agriculture, education, skills and technology transfer, investment and philanthropy, and to bring the Ghanaian diaspora closer to credible Ghanaian private sector entities for joint partnership. And so in the discourse and interaction that will take place between this bureau as well as technocrats from sector ministries, we intend to define our engagement goals. We intend to find solutions to national issues. This kind of interaction is expected to be devoid of partisan sentiments. It is about our country, how we can steadfastly together build a nation which we would all be proud of. And so in a nutshell, this is the concept that we have for diaspora engagement. And it is work in progress. It is not something which has been cast in stone. It is something that together we would work to develop the kind of relationship that we seek to build. And so this is all that I have to say now.
Okay, thank